Ahoy, Flux Squad! This is a fun little pirate game. As you can see, it's called Pirate Nation. It's my first impressions of the Web3 game, Pirate Nation. Let's jump in. So this game is made by a studio called ProofOfPlay. And if you're on crypto Twitter, you probably saw some announcements about ProofOfPlay last week. They just announced that they raised $33 million, a pretty good fundraise from A16Z, one of the biggest investing groups in crypto gaming. And the whole concept is that they are an on-chain gaming studio. They're making games. The games are on-chain. So what we've got here is a cute intellectual property of these voxelized pirates. Voxels are 3D pixels, so voxelized instead of pixelized. The pirates themselves are a 10K PFP collection, 10,000 JPEGs. Here, I'll show you real quick. So this is the Pirate Nation OpenSea page. As you can see, the floor is around 0.1. As far as the traits go, they went pretty standard. It looks good. They just didn't do anything like super crazy, right? It's monocle, 3D glasses, regular glasses, a crown, a Viking hat, different hairstyles, a mask, pretty standard. And it's worth mentioning the pirates are on mainnet Ethereum, so L1 Ethereum. Everything else in the game is on Arbitrum Nova, which is an L2 on Ethereum. I'm still learning about Arbitrum. They've picked up a couple other games recently, so maybe I'll do a video on Arbitrum. I'm starting to do more content covering the different platforms in Web3, Ronin, Ethereum, Gala, Tezos, Wax, Hive, a million. I'm just like trying to think of as many as I can off the top of my head. So Arbitrum's on the list. Add it to the list. Okay, playing the game. Let's jump in. Let's click play now. We're polishing the plank. It sounds a little bit dirty. Raising the anchors. Okay, that's better. There we go. We've loaded in. Hold on, coffee break. While I drink the coffee, you like and subscribe. So this is the home page. This is what you get when you load in. And you've got a couple different things. So you can hover over different buildings to do things. Some of these buttons on the bottom left also go to the same menus that the buildings get you to. The big one is the questing menu here, so I can do some quests, which in this case, in this game, questing just means using energy to get resources. Some of them might have a wait time. Some of them are just kind of instant. You can see I can queue a few of these up at random. I'm getting cotton, I'm getting wood, and your energy fully replenishes once a day. I'm pretty sure each pirate has its own energy. I just got one pirate, so I was able to access the game. As I playtest more Web3 games, the cost of entry, all these NFTs stacks up, so I'm definitely just buying one of the thing most of the time. You got some other stuff here. So bounties is like questing, but you don't use energy and you have to wait for time instead. I haven't spent too much time looking at this. It's another way to use your resources to farm other resources. Not super interesting to me, but for the spreadsheet nerds, you want to dig through the bounties. Inventory, you can see your inventory. I've got some loot chests as well as some crafting items and even some other stuff. I got an iron anchor, which should be used with my ship in some way. I've got a flask of rum, which I'm not sure what it does. While we're at it, we could actually open a loot chest for fun. So here we go. Let's open one, baby. Gauntlet chest 3. It's happening on chain right now on Arbitrum Nova. Oh my god. What's it gonna be? I'm waiting. It takes like 10 to 20 seconds. It's relatively quick, not instant. There you go. There it is. Maybe I'll leave that whole thing in unedited so you can just like see how long it was. Rip retention stats. Mr. Beast cries in the distance. I got a spyglass, so I could probably use that on my ship. And then another thing you can do, marketplace coming soon, you can go to your island and you can decorate a little island. So some of the items that I get, like let's say I wanted to use this spyglass. I don't actually know if I can put the spyglass here. Some items are for your ship, some are for your island. So right now, I could actually take a loot box and just put that there. Like I can put all my loot can be on my island for other pirates to raid. No, I don't think pirates can actually raid your island yet. That'd be kind of cool though. Now, one thing to note as we're going around the menu, checking out these little questing menus and stuff, all the on-chain activity is happening here in the background in this little menu. If I click on it, like let's say I use this item, right? I can actually look at that in the block explorer. It comes up with one click. And I think this is the best aspect of the game. The smoothness of the technology, the integration of the on-chain elements, on-chain, which is one little button click away, but it never feels like it's in your face. You know, like especially if we go back to this menu, we got, or this screen, the Parrot's Perch, we got a bunch of stuff we can do. And this is just this one little button, but you pull it up and you click once more, and bada bing, you're in a block explorer seeing some serious information about, you know, the decentralized damn blockchain that's, you know, powering your experience. It's just really, really well done. Integration of blockchain, A+. Very, very good job, and that's not a small thing, so very well done. Now I have to get a little more critical. So the game's main battle mode is over here, and it is based on Slay the Spire. You're gonna see, we can jump right into it. This is my little pre-battle menu. I've got a bunch of cards in here. You can't actually edit your deck yet. It's coming soon. All good. It's super, super early beta. I understand. Let's actually jump into the battle mode, and let me tell you some of my thoughts on it while we play a few rounds, okay? Now, by the way, I'm reading from a script on the second monitor. If you see me looking back and forth, I don't know. I'm learning how to do this YouTube stuff, so bear with me, but this is where the game runs into trouble. Pirate Nation really needs to rapidly iterate on this card game. At first glance, it looks fine. You're going to see this, and you're going to think, okay, this looks fine. I hit them, I defend, I pass it, they hit me back. It's like Slay the Spire. You can see the attack, so next turn, they're going to do an attack for 50 damage, and it's also going to give them defense, I think, if I'm interpreting that correctly. I have Broadside, deal 30 damage, fix it, repair 35. Oh my god, I'm back up to full health, baby. Hit him in the face again. Follow me on twitch.tv/qflux888 for more live gaming action. You see what I'm getting at? It's a card game, right? It looks all good, right? But look at this, all right? Deal damage, block damage, deal damage to all opponents, repair damage, deal damage. Look at these cards. Let's do a few more rounds. Look at these cards. End the turn. They hit me for 30. All good. My hand. Let's see. What do I get this time? Okay, repair damage for 3 turns. Repair damage, block damage, deal damage, deal damage. All right, let's deal some damage. Let's block some damage. Let's repair some damage. Pirate Nation has the most basic card game I can imagine within the context of a Slay the Spire style system. So they've integrated the system well. They've implemented it well. Like, you draw the cards, you play the cards, you discard the cards. The game works, and it's not even buggy. It actually works well. Everything seems to work about as intended. So it's implemented well. But the gameplay design here is just honestly the least inspired, the blandest card design I've ever seen. It's only damage and heal and block damage and draw cards and like one card that removes negative effects, one card that gives you extra draw. Like, it is just the most basic of basic mechanics. And sitting here watching me play for 1 or 2 minutes, you might think I'm being too harsh, but if you play this game for 2 or 3 hours, you would see what I mean, that it's just incredibly boring. It sounds like I'm being harsh because it looks fine. The cards have art. It's colorful. I actually really like the vibe. The vibe is good. But the card designs is just damage, defense, heal, draw, and one card that gives you more energy. Like, there's no inspiration. There's nothing cool in the card designs. It is basically a basic math simulator. And this is the problem. If your card game isn't interesting, it basically becomes just basic arithmetic. It's not exactly fun. It's just like 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 5 = 7, 30 - 20 = 10. Like, it's just numbers, dude. It's just basic numbers. And this game, the cards aren't getting me out of arithmetic. I just feel like I'm adding and subtracting numbers in a very simple way. It's not that hard to come up with interesting card ideas. Like, card games are everywhere. They're super common. And so I find it just a little weird, given that the game is otherwise pretty damn reasonable. It's almost, I want to say, good. I almost want to use the word good. The truth is, this feels like the absolute minimum viable battle mode, even though it's actually V2. Because I guess V1 was just like hitting an attack button every turn. Like, attack, attack, attack. Like RPG style. So it's better than V1 apparently, but it still seems quite bland. I think at a minimum, to provide some constructive feedback, the game needs more diverse enemies, multiple mobs in one round, and substantially more interesting gameplay mechanics. Cards that have synergies with each other. Cards that have extra strength, but also a drawback. Cards that have more effects over time. And maybe just like more design space. Like, I don't know, can you summon minions alongside your ship to fight with you? Or, you know, but like, you could just look at any card game and have any, you know, like literally anything. A card that is called peanut butter and a second card that's called jelly. And if you play them both in the same turn, you replenish your health to full health. Or, you know, a card called, you know, time bomb, and you play it, and then 5 turn later as both players take 100 damage. So you have to like make sure you have more than 100 health. You know, a card, you know what I'm saying? Like anything. It needs to get past the arithmetic stage. With a better card game, I would actually give Pirate Nation a pretty good review. I have no damage this turn. Oh man, hold on. The game is like punishing me for having a critical review. The card game is mad. If the card game was better, I would give the game overall a decent review, but the card game, the battle mode, is so uninspired that to me, it just kind of makes the whole thing pointless. Like, I don't really have a purpose in this game because battle mode isn't exciting, and battle mode's supposed to be the main mode for something like this. Like, when you go and you fight stuff, that's like the real thing. Here we go. So we win the... Please do the thing. 2 hits and we win. So how long does it take to iterate from here to a better card game? By the way, I did just get an NFT gauntlet chest. Pretty cool. Let's go back to the port. Got some experience points. All the basic stuff is there. How long does it take to iterate from this to a good card game? Something that even comes close to capturing the magic of Slay the Spire. I think it takes a long time. I think that they are at least several months away from this card game being fun enough to play for an hour a day for a month, or a couple hours a day every few days. Like, right now it's fun for 20 minutes, and then you can do it once a day just to grind some chests, but you're not actually like having a great time with the game. Like, we're months away from a better card game, and that's assuming that they can really do the right things. So that's my biggest fear is the card game going to stay bland? Because we all know there's a lot of card games. I'm actually someone who is very generous with being willing to give card games a chance. So, you know, you need your card game to be really good just to be anything. That's my biggest fear for this game. Is the card game battle mode not enough to make everything else make sense? Because without a better card game, I do not think the crafting or the island decorating aspects of the game will be fun enough to make it a complete gameplay experience. So, to bring it all together, with Pirate Nation, I see excellent technology, a decent, you know, fun intellectual property. The pirates are fine. The gameplay is average, like, the island decorating is fine. The Slay the Spire style card system, the system is fine. And then the gameplay content, the cards themselves, the enemies, is just super bland, super uninspired. Unfortunately, the content so far, at least in battle mode in particular, is bad. It's just not there. Like, you don't have to change anything at the bones of the game. You don't have to change the format or the idea or the intellectual property. The NFTs are fine. You just need to make the cards more interesting. If they can do that, the game as a whole will start to work. It's a big if, but I am hoping for the best. I think right now they're just inviting people to play the game when it's not fun to play yet. It's fun to try it for a half hour, an hour, a couple days maybe, but I just don't think anyone is going to be loving this for weeks after months. It's just not enough there. It's too early. So my main takeaway is exactly that. First impression, is it a thumbs up? Is it a thumbs down? It's just a not sure yet. Needs to cook. First impression, it's too early. There might be speculative potential for investors and NFT flippers, but for gamers who are looking for compelling gameplay today, the game's not ready. I think we give this one about half a year, let it cook. And hopefully by then, there'll be more access for free-to-play players, more invite codes going out. Because the pirates, they're a little bit expensive as far as the gameplay you get is concerned. So yeah, I would say give it some time. Right now, the only real reason to be involved today, right now, is speculative or trying to get in early. It's not quite fun yet, but some potential is there. So good luck to the team, and congratulations to Proof of Play for the $33 million fundraise. I'm really grateful for everyone building on-chain games, pushing this technology forward. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. I'm out of here. Flux signing out. See ya.